Well, there you have it, folks. That's what clapperboard
That's
is.
what a
Yeah,
clapperboard
exactly,
does,
exactly.
yeah. That's what a
Yeah,
clapperboard
welcome to the
does.
Yeah, we don't do intros around here.
We don't do intros
We
around
talk
here.
about clapperboards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this our like official theme song? This is our intro.
I think so, yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
I didn't even know you had a harmonica.
No, I hit that.
That's so rogue.
Nice. Remember when you took that to the airport and they thought it was a gun magazine?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Twice.
Did they really?
Yeah.
It was a gun magazine.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
I filmed it as well because I was filming everything for like our Amsterdam trip, and like when we were coming back from Amsterdam, like the guy checked Leo's bag and I filmed it. And the guy was like, one of them's filming, comes round to me, puts his arm on my shoulder, he's like, delete that. I was like, yep, yes sir, we'll do.
Oh my days, bro.
They do not mess around.
That's crazy.
You should have recorded that on WhatsApp and got the file for it.
Yeah, I know, I should have done, yeah.
That's
But
absurd. That's wild.
I was kind of bricking it, so I was like, yep, this is my recent deleted. I deleted it off there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd have made him watch me delete it out of my recent
Yeah,
email.
yeah.
I'd be like, I ain't doing that.
It wasn't good enough of a clip to keep. So
Oh, okay.
it was that on my life. Right. What are we talking about today?
Yeah, we. How
Get
long
the
has it-
itinerary up.
How
Yeah.
long's it been?
Huh? Did you say how long has it been? I thought you were going to follow that up with like the second half of a question. That's why I just say it quietly.
We're doing great.
Right.
We're off to a good start.
So we filmed some stuff. Should we talk about that?
Yeah. So I guess last time we did this was like during pre-production for a short film that I'd been making. It's one I've wanted to do for a long time. And Cayden helped me out with it, properly produced it. And it was insane. A completely crazy shoot that I have no idea how the hell I managed to get away with it. You know, and like I think that's the great thing about filmmaking. It's like, I love to do bits with it where I'm like, no one knows that we did this, because if we did, we'd probably be like fucking arrested or some shit like that.
We'd be shut down in a heartbeat.
Exactly. That was with the World War II film that I did a few years ago. It was like, yeah, we'll get people in like Nazi uniforms running around Rendlesham.
Yeah, that might not go down too well.
I did not know. We managed to do that without anyone seeing, which is crazy.
There you go.
But yeah, how would you describe this film, Cayden?
The film, well, obviously we don't know how it's going to be, but the film's kind of nuts. Do you want me to talk about like what the film's about, or do you want me to just talk about the process?
I mean, talk about what it's about, kind of.
Okay, so we've got the film. We've got 6 spies. Spies. We've got 6 spies in a room. One person's a mole, and they have to sort of figure out who's the mole. But, you know, the catch is it's basically all improv.
Yeah, there's no script.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
no script at all. And it's like the actors improvising how the hell they're gonna figure out this kind of like whole conundrum.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
And the way I kind of went about with it was I worked with Connor, my kind of like my story and writer for it. We kind of like created these character sheets of like what these guys know, what their goals are, who they hate, who they like, all this sort of stuff, the kind of outfits and whatnot. And so they kind of like the actor memorizes that and like makes a character out of that. So when they're there on the day, what they know is different from what someone else knows. So that kind of like creates the conflict.
So it all kind of plays into this big like improvised scene. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
yeah, that's cool.
You know, one guy, like a few people's goals is to find out, you know, in this room, who is like the outlier among them. Another guy's goal is to try and get like a, you know, chronological timeline of the story. Someone else's goal is to maybe like protect this outlier character.
Oh, damn.
And it's like, you know, yeah, it was interesting, kind of making a really complicated, confusing story intentional for people to get confused and ask questions in the moment on the scene. And yeah, it was like a 2-day shoot, one location. Not gonna lie, probably some of like the best kind of like working with actors.
Oh, 100%.
I was
think
going to
I've
say, it
done.
must be cool to find a group of actors that you can give something that you've created to
Yeah.
and just go, I trust you enough to do this the way that I want it done,
Yeah.
but also in a way where you kind of make it something unique.
Well,
do
I
you know
just-
what I mean? So that's quite cool.
Yeah,
You
it-
found a group of people that genuinely like work well together and like gel together and stuff. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
well,
mean?
considering,
That's cool.
I mean, none of the actors, well, some of the actors knew each other in a way of like, you know, 2 of them are brothers.
Yeah.
So the way I wanted to make it work was that people aren't like really trying hard to play someone they're not. I wanted it to be as if, like, you know, because they're improvising, they're going off the cuff, their natural reactions line up with, like, the characters' reactions.
Okay.
So as much as, like, you know, the hand that fits the glove, but the glove fits the hand kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, two of the actors are brothers. They're brothers in real life. They'll be brothers in the film.
Oh, okay.
Two of the actors actually know each other that I didn't know about, so I quickly changed it that they know each other in the film.
Oh,
So
so
that-
you're almost playing to people's strengths at that point, aren't you?
Exactly, playing to people's, like, actual personalities. And it was also, yeah, I felt extremely lucky to have people trust me. There's another thing as well of, like, you throw out this, like, harebrained scheme and for someone to kind of turn around and be like, love it, yeah, we'll do that. Which seemed to kind of be the case because these actors, they were just so on board with what we were doing.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I had, you know, these actors were like professionals. We're just like, love what you're saying, can't wait to do this, so excited for this. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe, you know, it almost feels like I'm fooling people.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's kind of nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the actual kind of, like, the realization of what I was doing kind of hit me on, like, the day of when we were setting up.
Yeah.
But yeah, the actual method of it, doing that was quite a journey.
That's cool.
Well, what did you think about that, the whole process of when we made it?
What, like just the filming process?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Honestly, it was like my favourite time on set.
Really?
Yeah, I had a really good time. And like, I think it's just such a good group of actors as well. And like such a great, like, first day we had like 5 crew and then 6 actors. And then second day just started with me and you,
Yeah.
which was kind of nuts. And I was just sat in the corner. I was like flicking on all the mics. I was like recording as well because he had a 2-cam setup. But it was just like, it was good fun. It was never like, oh my God, this is impossible. I'm like not having a good time.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was awesome. And like even on breaks, because obviously we'd shoot like 30, 40-minute takes. And then we'd go on break. You'd go and take a couple of actors away and be like, this is what I want you to do in this
Yeah,
next
yeah.
scene, blah, blah, blah. And everyone else would be just like sat in the room. We're all just like chewing the fat. It was good fun. Like there was a really nice group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so lucky to have that that energy was there, that kind of camaraderie,
Yeah.
because everyone was all there for the same reason.
I feel like it's really make or break, isn't it? The group of people you get.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, it really can either make what you're doing, or
And
just
we
completely
got
mess
the
it up.
group through, we did,
Through Facebook.
yeah, we just got a bunch of people like send their audition tapes. It was like 30, 35.
Yeah, just posted an image on Facebook and people responded to it.
Yeah.
Got like, I think it was like 70 responses within like 2 days.
That's crazy.
It's mental. Never had that kind of stuff anywhere else.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
And then we went through, me, Connor and Leo just went through the audition tapes, like plucked out, these are like the ones we really like, these ones we like, kind of like, these are our backups, and these ones are like, you know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there was some.
There was a couple of them.
Thank you for your audition tape.
I-
I think we're going to go a different direction.
I don't want to. There was one person who was like holding their camera while they were doing the audition tape.
That's awful.
It was,
Just like a selfie.
There was one.
Like a vlog,
in
yeah.
response, I was like, I actually emailed saying, maybe don't hold the camera next time.
That's insane.
There was one who, you know, we've plucked out for a future project, who
Oh,
we're going to
yeah.
discuss a little bit later on the podcast,
Yeah.
because we've actually got an excerpt from his book that we're going to read. But he really stood out to us. He sent us a 5-minute audition tape for this spy film, and we watched it about 2 or 3 times. We were just in tears. It's one of
Yeah.
the funniest things we've ever seen. Wasn't played for comedy, but it's the
Yeah.
funniest thing we've ever seen.
It's crazy.
So we'll get onto that a bit later.
That
Yeah,
is nuts.
yeah.
But
Memorable, to say the least.
There you go. Stuck in our minds.
Exactly.
I don't remember anyone else's name
I mean,
except for his.
I mean, there
there you
another-
go. That's
there
the
wa-
thing,
there
isn't
was,
it?
Well, there was another actor as well who actually was in the film. Emmy Award winner, by the way. His audition tape, he was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, he
And
was
and I was
awesome.
like, he had
Adds
such,
to the character, bro. You know
he had
what I'm
such gravitas to him.
saying? Yeah.
And what made me crack up was like, imagine putting this actor with the guy you were talking
Yeah.
about.
Honestly, we were talking about that when we came back from day one. I was like, this would have been an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
Because like, if you had his name, Will O'Donnell, we'll say his name.
Yeah,
shout
yeah, we
him
can
out.
say his name, of course.
Who's the good one? Will O'Donnell, like at one end of the table, and you've got the other one at the other end. And I could imagine him crumbling. Like
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
it would have been good for the character,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
I think that was another thing as well, is like actors kind of like crumbling during this thing would have been like would have been a death sentence for the film. I think everyone pulled their weight on set.
yeah,
And I think part of that is also just the way that it was made. Considering that, you know, these are people improvising, so there isn't a set script. Where do we start a take, right?
Yeah.
So we started the take from the very opening kind of scene that I had blocked out, and we just let them run with it. We had kind of like an A camera that I was on, a B camera Cayden was on, kind of like keeping track of everything, moving the camera around and whatnot, getting different angles of the whole situation. And they'd progress the story however they kind of saw fit while living in the moment. And at a certain point, you know, I'd call like cut, and I'd realise like, oh man, we've been like running for like 20 minutes. It's like a 20-minute continuous shot of like, you know, moving around the place. And we had a continuity person, keep track of continuity of like, you know, glasses are full, shirt looks like this, but also what happened in the actual scenes, so that we could kind of like, all right, there's this moment that you guys improvised, I want to start from there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was weird. It was like the actors were in the story, progressing it, both at the same time, and it had that very weird aspect of like actors could not be involved with it. They couldn't sit by on the bylines. People constantly get roped in all the time.
Right.
You know, I think the first sort of few takes, kind of people were a bit on, you know, some actors were just like watching it, just watching it happen.
Yeah, just watching it all unfold.
Exactly, yeah.
But I suppose if you're like, if it's an improv thing and you're kind of watching it all unfold, I suppose that then adds a little bit of something for you to then go, right, I can work off that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I think as well as that, people were so respectable enough to kind of like not always dive in. People
Yeah.
kind of like laid off a little bit to let other actors sort of like take the camera a bit. And that was very generous. I think that's overall, everyone was just so giving throughout the entire set. That was lovely to see.
that's good.
And yeah, two of the actors who are brothers, who, you know, we kind of work with, Harrison and Charlie, they were amazing. They were
Yeah.
incredible. There's this one thing that happens, I don't want to spoil what it was, but I did not expect the reaction that I got from like either of them. And they were just like, well, we didn't expect that either. It just kind of happened off the cuff because of it being improvised.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it, though? You get those kind of like sort of semi-real moments where it's like they've actually had to, you know, improvisation, they're in that moment, but in the moment as that character.
Yeah.
So it's kind
yeah.
of semi-real, it's kind of, you know, kind
Oh,
of not,
yeah.
but it's,
Especially the anger that happened on that set.
yeah,
Kind of pushing each other's buttons was like a big thing on that.
yeah,
Of course, you know, well contained and everything. Everyone was cool with each other, but it's just like that thing of like, you know, I'm not going to give you the answer that you want because of
Yeah.
the story, and so the character, like the actual actor and the character is like, oh, this goddamn fucking guy.
yeah.
Yeah, you could tell people were getting like riled up on set.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's kind of good
Really?
for their character, yeah, because they're like not getting the information they want, but like that is the thing for their character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like they want to progress the story, but they don't quite know that like, yeah, this is the reaction that we actually want out of you. so-
Yeah. And it was funny because one actor, the Will O'Donnell, he was really kind of like, he would almost give the answer, and then he would just cut away immediately, and you're just like, ah. And then someone did that to him, and then so that kind of got under his skin.
Yeah,
And
there you
that was
go.
great to watch. Yeah.
I think one of my favourite moments on set was actually on our break. And I think it was just, like, this is when I just realised, like, Will has just such a pull, is when we ordered pizza, and I think it was me, Harrison, Charlie, and Will. We're all just, like, sat down. Will doesn't eat. He, like, fasts when he acts, because he said it, like, makes him lethargic. So he was just watching us all eat. And I think Harrison went, what is Texas barbecue? Just as, like, a rhetorical question, just throwing it out there. And then Will goes, he's American. And he's like, oh, you know, well, Texas barbecue comes from blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you know, in Missouri, you know, they respect the beef and they, you know, these are dry rub. There's not a sauce. Whereas in places like Alabama, they use a sauce and they marinate it. He literally just gave us a full rundown of like American barbecue sauce.
That's insane.
And like everyone was listening. Like the whole
That's
room went quiet.
crazy.
It was crazy.
Gravitas, man. It's like,
Everyone's
oh,
just locked in on the lore of American barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And we-
pretty cool.
And we had other great actors as well. We had a guy called Sharif,
Mm-hmm.
who honestly, the way that, considering that, you know, I haven't got written out, like I had ideas of where characters would go. Over the course of the improvisation, their characters would change and would kind of like go along with that. So Will's character, kind of, he starts, you know, off in this place of like a powerful kind of figure, then he turns into something a lot more kind of like decrepit and monstrous as the film goes on. We had an actor called Sharif who started off as like this accountant numbers guy, and the way that he kind of transforms and becomes like this guy kind of goading everyone, getting like reactions out of people, like, you know, I've never seen Harrison so angry at someone like with Sharif.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Jeez.
really amazing to watch, and he said he had the time of his life doing that.
There you go. That's the main thing, isn't it? Piss people off and enjoy it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
good fun,
yeah.
right?
That's a
Yeah.
Good fun.
good way to be.
No, it's good. I enjoyed myself. We went out for a drink afterwards as well, which was nice.
Oh, that beer felt so worth it.
I was so parched. I had my nice Diet Coke.
You did,
That was
Nice
yeah.
good.
pub coke.
Yeah,
Oh, a nice
yeah.
pub coke with the ice
Pub
in it
Coke,
as well.
Ice and a slice. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Ice and slice. I've never heard anyone refer to it as that before.
Ice and a slice.
Pub coke with ice and slice.
But that was
That's
good.
good.
Yeah, we caught up with all the actors at the end. Letting us know what they're working on, which is cool. So
Yeah.
hopefully, going to work with them again soon.
Yeah.
It's good, though, isn't it? It's good connections.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
yeah.
good, especially the guy that the one that won the Emmy.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a very good person to have like the number of in the future. Do you know
He
what I
just
mean?
loves, like, if stuff is like well run and if stuff's like creative, he'll be there for it, which is just so, yeah.
Love of the game.
You love to have a guy like that in your corner.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was telling me about how like he was in Cyprus on a shoot, and he said there was this 18-year-old kid who wanted to be on set, and they were like, the production were like, you can come, but we're not going to pay for any of your flights. You have to get it yourself, and you can be a PA. So he did it. He went down there. He went down for 2 weeks, and then so he sort of made the connection with Will, and then he came back to Will, like a few weeks later, and was like, I've written the script with you in mind. Like I want you to be the lead. And he was like, yeah. I was like, I really like your determination, so I'll do it. So like,
Yeah.
no matter what like he's worked on The Running Man.
Yeah, I remember you saying this.
Yeah, but then like he'll also go and work on like one of our films. I think he just does stuff that like challenges him.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
interesting.
You love that.
It's got that passion.
Yeah.
Do you know
What-
what I mean?
What's the title of this film that we've made? What are you thinking of calling it?
I really like Spies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of it's like quite pulpy and like poppy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want
Spies.
spy. Like you can imagine it in like a trailer where it's like there's like flashes of the film, and then you go spy, spy,
Yeah.
spy.
Bang, bang, bang.
Exactly. There's some like
yeah.
crazy Japanese advert.
Yeah.
I had another one which was Agents Unknown. That-
Agents Unknown. Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah. I had another one which was like called Suspicious Creatures, but I feel like
Yeah.
you need to have like animals involved with that.
Yeah, I feel like the term creature would imply some sort of like animal or something that isn't human.
Yeah.
Although humans are technically like creatures, I suppose.
Some like
It's
sci-fi noir film maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But- Yeah, it's pretty cool either way.
I don't want to call something where it sounds like a British crime drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it just sounds like corny. Do you know what I
Yeah, like the British crime drama, they'll do something called The Basement
mean? Yeah.
or
yeah.
I Do
Prisoner.
Not, yeah, The Prisoner. I Do Not Forgive.
Yeah.
Never Forgotten.
The Shoreline.
The shoreline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the most like wacky,
Yeah.
just shit name.
Just like
isn't
yeah,
it?
the most like blandest thing you could think of, like Fisherman's Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're all just very grey, very blue.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the worst film title you've ever heard?
Worst film title.
When you look at it and
Ooh.
you're like, that sounds arse.
I watched the film relatively recently with my partner, and it was called. It was something to do with the Dyatlov Pass incident, and then the whole film there was actually nothing to do with the Dyatlov Pass
Oh,
incident.
I think I know.
And I was like, it just really pissed me off because I'm like, I put this film on to watch almost like
yeah.
maybe like some semi-documentary, semi-recreation
Is
of
that
like
like a
what
found
happened.
footage horror film?
Yeah, it
And there's
is.
like Wendigos involved and
Yes,
shit like that.
that can teleport.
Yeah.
And it is the
They're like time
shittest
travel-
thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's horrific. It's called like I think it's called like it's called Dyatlov Pass like Dead Mountain or something like
Yeah,
that. I
I-
can't remember.
something like
Crazy
that.
though, it's directed by the same guy that did Die Hard 2. Just really
go.
random.
Really brought him out of retirement
But
for that
yeah.
one.
I would say maybe I would throw that in there because I watched it expecting something about the Dyatlov Pass.
Yeah, just
And then it
blatantly
was actually
lies.
just a bunch of kids that were recreating the trip they went on and then get caught in like some weird sci-fi horror bunker thing. And you're just like, okay, that's not why I watched this film. Like, there's no Yetis or Russians or anything like that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Yetis caused the
And they
Dyatlov
link it back
Pass.
to American history with the USS Eldridge, which like disappeared. And
Oh,
they're like, and they're
yeah.
like, so you're on a Russian mountain, like walking the trail of the Dyatlov Pass victims,
Yeah.
and then they somehow, rather than link it to the actual Dyatlov Pass incident and maybe make it like a Yeti or like something like the KGB did or whatever, they go, nah, the Americans were involved, and you're like, okay, fine.
They
cool,
couldn't get
yeah.
Russian actors.
Yeah, the budget wasn't big enough.
Yeah. Cayden, what's the
no.
worst film title you've ever heard?
I'm trying to think of other ones.
I'm trying to find one. Yeah, I can't really.
I really can't think of any off like the top of my head that I think that is a really shit title.
Yeah.
What was the Harley Quinn film called?
Oh, what Harley
Birds
Quinn?
of Prey.
Birds
and
of Prey, or the emancipation of like Harley Quinzel
yeah,
or
like,
something like
that
that.
just does not roll off
The
the tongue
extravagant
at all.
emancipation of Harley.
It's just stupid. At that point, you're like, you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Oh, it's Harley Quinn, so we've got to have this big, quirky, funny title.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's just rubbish, isn't it?
Bit naff.
Bit of a rogue take, but I've never seen the hype of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, to be honest. I like
think
Margot Robbie, I just don't like her as Harley Quinn.
It's
you know
kind of
what I
like the
mean?
whole
But-
like Deadpool thing, where
Oh,
it's like
dude.
she just like the character she acts as. She's done it
Yeah.
in other films, but it like
Yeah.
perfectly fits Harley Quinn.
I was going to laugh whenever Ryan Reynolds pops up in something, and I'm like, oh, Deadpool's in a film with The Rock. Oh,
Yeah.
Deadpool's in a film with so-and-so.
Ryan
Oh, look,
Reynolds
Ryan
got
Reynolds
my
is doing a
nerves.
Deadpool impression again.
Yeah, Ryan
Oh, dude, I
Ryan
hate
Reynolds
it.
tried not to be Deadpool challenge impossible.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in a film where he just doesn't just play a version of Deadpool.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, fair enough.
I can't think of a film title, but I do have a story from yesterday. I was at work and I was serving this woman, and she comes up to me and she goes, she's in like her mid-30s, maybe early 40s. And she goes, oh, I thought I recognised you. She like, who do you look like? I was like, I don't know. Here we go, like some like Dev Patel or something. And I was just waiting for it, right? I was like, maybe she'll be nice. She'll be like Oscar Isaac or something. And she goes, no. She goes, Wuthering Heights, the one with Margot Robbie in. I was
Jacob
like,
Elordi.
Jacob Elordi. I was like, I'll take
I'll
that.
take that all
I'll
day,
take
man.
that.
I'll take that all day.
Love to hear that.
She might have to get her eyes checked, but I'll
We had
take it.
We had a woman that came into work loads, and she was like, the lady that always kept coming in drunk.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the first times she came in, she told me that I looked like Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. But I think she specifically means Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper in Jaws.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm like, that's the only one that I can remotely see a little bit.
Richard
Yeah.
Dreyfuss who did all that shit. That's you.
But yeah, crazy.
Because I went into the back and I was talking to two of our colleagues about it. And then Ben was one of them.
Yeah.
And then I told Ben was like, oh yeah, I get I get mistaken for Marlon all the time. And I had to show, because Bailey's the other one, I had to show Bailey who Marlon was.
Marlon?
You know Marlon?
No.
Oh
Marlon?
my
You gotta
god.
pull up an
Marlon?
image of Marlon.
Bro, pull up an image of Marlon.
I remember there was a security guard at the university I studied at who he did a really quick double take of me one time because he said, I thought you were Jude Law.
That's kind of wild.
Like, have you seen Jude Law's hairline?
Yeah.
That's Marlon.
Ben said he gets
Let's see
that.
that.
Yeah, alright, bro.
Do you know Marlon and Lacey?
I get told I look like Shaq. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Sure, pal. Sure, pal.
I think you and Ben should be Marlon and Lacey for for Halloween.
That's so funny.
He looks
you,
more like
Ben.
Lacey. Marlon.
That's crazy.
Worst film title I've ever heard.
Yeah, go on, go for it.
So I could do a cop-out and basically say the title of the worst film I've ever seen. There was one called After Last Seasons, but there's an apostrophe in the lasts. But I won't do that, because that one's
Yeah.
just cheating. Instead, I'm going to do one. It's called Military Wives.
Military
Oh,
wine.
nice.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, not the military wives. Not like wives of the military. No, military wives.
Militant wives.
Not
Like,
even
is it
militant wives.
Just like what people
Wives
with
who are
guns?
part of
Military wives.
military wives,
Yeah,
but they're not wives of military men.
they are wives of military men.
Oh,
They form a choir during World War II.
oh, fair enough.
It's
There
the
you go.
it's the most like deadpan title fucking ever. It
It's
was-
so on the nose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Military wives.
It's like, let's
It
make a film about military wives. What should we call it?
Yeah.
Should we call it Military Wives? It's like, oh, you genius!
it was from the same guy who made the Full Monty as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. If it was the title of the worst film I've ever seen, not the worst title, I mean, maybe there's a little bit of recency bias there, but Michael is up there. Like, honestly, I did not rate that whatsoever.
I'm watching it tonight, so
I'm curious what you think of it.
Yeah.
Imagine you're like scurrying through like lists like 10 years in the future, and you're like, oh, you know, The Godfather, Shawshank Redemption, yeah, I know what that is, you know, Parasite, I know what that is. The fuck is Michael?
Yeah, Michael.
Without seeing a poster, without seeing nothing but the title, you have no idea what that means.
Michael.
Yeah, good old Michael.
Keyhole
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't
Michael.
it? Like, it's
Shout
a
out-
very
Quick shout out to
know.
Michael who got his keyhole surgery.
Yeah.
big shout out to Mikey.
Yeah.
Big respect.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, that film. It's just like, I feel like everything that made Michael Jackson is just not really present in the film. That's about it.
He's
Like, the two big things, really, that you would probably want to include is all of the controversy, because he was always in the spotlight,
yeah.
and, like, how, you know, the estate and himself and how everything dealt with that. And then secondly is you want the scale of his performances. When he performs, you want that, you know.
He was
I know it's become a
gigantic.
very oversaturated word in today's day and age. But Michael Jackson really is one of those people where the word aura applies to. Like on stage,
dude
he
was-
has that aura.
Yeah,
He has
bigger
that
than,
energy.
like Coca-Cola. Like he was just as big as them. Like he was flying a jetpack around on stage and everything
it's
like
crazy.
that. Like you didn't go to see Michael Jackson play music. You went to just see what the hell Michael Jackson.
You just watch him
was gonna
perform,
do.
yeah.
Exactly.
But the problem with the film is that there's like all of his performances just feel like glorified recreations of his music videos, and then there's just none of the controversial stuff. So you're like, the two things that I came to watch the Michael Jackson movie for
Yeah.
aren't present.
Like the whole film.
And instead we've got a really bad impression of Michael Jackson. Coleman Domingo just go in Michael every 5 minutes, and then a really terrible CGI ape.
Yeah.
And that's basically the premise of
like
the film.
the film felt so
Bubbles.
like it felt so much smaller than it should have been.
Yeah.
Because he's just like
Yeah.
confined to like
With the
his
with
bedroom,
yeah.
the meeting room, the stage, and anything in between that is like completely gone.
Yeah.
And it's like this is meant to be one of like the biggest people to ever exist, right? You know, popularity.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And yet it doesn't convey any of that. They should have like the same fucking scale as like Dune or whatever, with how like influential this guy was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
Like,
no, they do none of that.
Michael should have been absolutely massive as a film. I mean, it already has grossed like 200 million.
I mean, yeah, like
it's insane. Like the box office numbers it will do
reception
is
wise.
bonkers. But
It's good. I haven't even seen it, but it's good. I'm going to be coming out moonwalking next episode. I'll have the glove.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cartier glove. You got the one like brown finger on it.
I saw there was a woman that came into work yesterday and she had a black tuxedo on
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and then like a
nice.
curly haired wig,
Yeah.
from like when
See,
they
in
obviously
a-
perform as like the Jackson 5 and stuff.
Yeah.
The big like flared like sort of disco trousers or whatever, and the white socks, and I was like, I really admire that you like Michael Jackson this much, but you are a fully grown adult, and this is a cinema, and this is just a film. Do you know what I mean? I get it.
Yeah.
Like if it was like a convention or a concert, I get it, but like a trip to the cinema, like really,
So
I
it's,
don't know,
it's
man.
acceptable to dress as him, but if you want to dress up as Rolf Harris, all of a sudden,
I knew that was coming. I knew something like that was coming. Do you know what I mean?
it's just unacceptable. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
dress up as
crazy.
Kanye West.
Yeah, let me dress up as fucking just some abhorrent person and just be like, yeah, that's great. One thing that makes me laugh in the film though is there's a lot of bits when it will cut to him in his bedroom, and there's all like teddy bears and toys and all these things, and it's so clear that they really are trying to get across the like, oh, he was just a big kid, guys. He was just a big kid. Didn't do anything wrong. He was just a big kid. He just wanted to play with other kids because he was a big kid himself.
Yeah.
It's like, right, okay. But that's just
Yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Apparently,
Like-
the original way this film was meant to be written was that it was,
I've heard about this.
it was like
yeah.
a court drama where
The
it
third
started
part,
off
yeah.
with him kind of not getting arrested, but like police arriving, and then it's like working backwards from there. And so it's kind of like how all of the child stuff, all of his fame, all intertwines into the
Into
present
everything.
kind of time.
Yeah.
But then there was that clause that
Yeah.
was written, kind of like barring. I think it was no, not a clause. It was within a testimony from one of the people talking about what Michael Jackson had done, saying that they could not create any film or TV replication of the events talked about. So
It's just ridiculous.
yeah, they
just
couldn't even talk about that. They couldn't talk about the thing that everyone's talking about with Michael Jackson. So they
Yeah.
just needed to remake the whole film. It cost like 55 million in like reshoots.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I do feel like throughout the course of the film as well, Jafar Jackson does get noticeably whiter. Like in the very final bit of the film when he does bad, he's almost like, well, this is the thing, isn't it? There's supposed to be a part 2, and I imagine that the financial success will.
Well, that's the thing. I've always thought, who do they cast as Michael in part 2? And it has to be Sandra Bullock. It has to be Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock as Michael Jackson would be a crazy take.
That's her Oscar win right there.
Exactly, yeah. In Jackson, this courtroom drama, Sandra Bullock steps up to the plate.
Exactly, yeah.
And speaking of casting, Elden Ring movie.
Elden
Ring movie, yeah.
Okay, what a
Makes the cast.
segue.
Yeah.
The topic that we actually came to talk about.
Yeah, only like 20 minutes in, we're fine.
That's right.
Well, yes, we got some leaks of like a full cast list.
Yeah, so
There's only one that I'm like
real
really
quick.
confident
Right,
about.
Ryan, just gonna give us a brief history on what Elden Ring is.
Right. So 5,000 years ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Japan was formed.
Yeah.
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 you
So
never-
I've got my notes here.
I know you guys have built up your notes.
I had a lot of ones on here that were like they could play this person or this person, and over the course of last night, I managed to narrow it down to only 2 people. Oh, something just fell on me. Go away.
Oh,
There's two
and
people
just
that I
pulled
only
my
think
shirt.
could potentially play 2 characters, but I arguably feel like they're
Alright.
2 of the most important ones.
Yeah, so yeah, casting has released.
Do you want me to say?
for-
Do you want me to go mine first? Because I've got it in the list of how Elden Ring announced it. So it's like in the order of like.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
list, if that makes
we'll do
sense.
that. We'll do that. Yeah. What's the? Yeah.
So
I
I'll
don't know-
kick things off. And
Wait, hang on. I don't know if it was. Was it what's it, like game websites that released this, or was it like
no, it was Elden Ring.
like Elden Ring itself. released
Bandai
this?
Namco officially put out and said the cast for the Elden Ring movie is like now released. Click on this link to see it, and you click on the link, and it takes you to Elden Ring's official website, and there's 12 pictures and 12 names, and that's it. So I've only done those 12 actors.
Okay.
IMDb, there's a couple more, but I think it's like they're probably going to be like extras or like production team, stunt people maybe. I don't really know.
Alban
Yeah.
Oryx.
Yeah, Alban Oryx. Yeah.
Can we get? Yeah. Can we?
So the first one
Okay.
is Kit Connor,
Yeah. Kit Connor.
and I feel like he's arguably probably the most obvious. I think
So he's the first person credited.
he's the first person credited, so I think he'll play either the Tarnished or Vike.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I thought.
Vike's story is essentially the same as the Tarnished at a different time period.
See, I think that's the way they're
So-
going about with this, with like the whole Church of Marika thing, and the set leaks that have released. Like you see the loathsome dung eater cutscene be filmed.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a major part of it, though. I think from what we've seen in the league so far, with like Marika, Dung Eater, and the stuff that they've
I don't
been
think
filming,
Marika's real.
I think she is, because there's been a lot more leaks now. There's been a few more leaks, and there's actually a video where you can see the woman playing Marika like walking on the set, and it's like
don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's I'm like 95% certain that that's real.
Everybody knows AI can't make videos.
Yeah, but there you
Well,
go.
that's the thing that I think they cover in the videos that she's like wearing
Who do they
shoes,
cast?
which would
as
never be
Michael in
allowed
part
in
two?
software.
Yeah, Miyazaki
And it
would have,
has to
would
be
have-
Sandra
would have
Bullock.
got that sorted
It
out.
has to be
Exactly,
Sandra Bullock.
exactly.
No
But there
chance.
was set releases of Kit Connor dressed up in like the full gear as well.
This is what I mean. I was going to bring this up as well because there was a picture of Kit Connor and he's almost wearing like sort of like a hood that kind of like flops over the shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's got like sort of like leather garb on.
It's
it
not
almost
Vike's
looks,
armor.
It almost looks very much like the Bandit's gear, like the Bandit
Yeah.
garb.
But it's not Vike.
So I
Vike
think
has,
it will
like,
almost
the
be like
finger-
early game before he has anything good, and I think he'll be the Tarnished. I think that's pretty
Cause, yeah,
a given to be
because like
honest.
Vike's armor has like the melted fingerprints built into it and everything.
But that
like
wouldn't come until later anyway.
No, that's true.
I think it's
that's
got to be.
true.
Yeah, I feel like if he starts the film with Vike's armor,
If he would have the armor, he just wouldn't have the fingerprints. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
he would have the armor, but he doesn't get the fingerprints until he goes and sees the 3 fingers.
And it does look.
But then he doesn't go to the 3 fingers until he realizes that Melina has to kill herself in order to get into the Erd Tree. So
See,
he
that
goes,
would-
well, I don't want her to die. I'm going to do it myself.
That would fit as a
That's
film.
when he then loses his mind to the frenzied flame and then locks himself in the
That would fit as a film, as like the third act kind of thing.
This is
where
what I
it's
mean.
like-
I feel like it would. And Alex Garland's films are always quite. I feel like sometimes they can end in quite a sort of like a somber manner. They don't really have
somber,
like
different type of ending.
and
That's
I
quite-
feel like if it was to end with like Vike almost like locking himself away for eternity, it would almost be quite a not sad ending per se, but it would be like quite.
Oh,
It would be quite brutal, wouldn't it?
You
Of
need
like
to play the
you'd get there
game
and be like,
now
oh,
so that
shit.
you can finish this story.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like a gateway for you to.
But
be
no,
into
I
it.
definitely think Kit Connor will be the main character and play the Tarnished or Vike. There is a lot of rumours online that he will play a younger version of Radahn, but I don't see it
I don't know
personally.
about that.
I don't know.
I
that
do
either.
have Radahn
Well,
on this list anyway,
this is
so I
all-
will just put that out there.
This
but-
is all within us thinking that Kit Connor might be the main character.
That is true.
Because
That
the
is
first
true.
person cast was Kaylee Spenny.
Yeah. Well, the first person that it was rumoured that was attached to the project was Kaylee Spaney.
Yeah.
There was nothing that was ever a guarantee until they released the 12 cast members.
I mean, it's Alex Garland. Of course, he's going to get Kaylee Spenny.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think Kit Connor will play Tarnished. I think he'll probably be the main character. I think it just makes sense.
Yeah.
I think unless they were going to commit to doing pre-shattering stuff and not have the Tarnished in it at all, and you're going to flesh out the world that George R.R. Martin created like 5,000 years before, I've tried to think of all the castmates to play characters from that period, but I think that's even harder than doing it from the game. So yeah, and also I just want to quickly put it out there. I am also doing my list based on the fact that I believe the film or the game will be split into 2 parts for a film.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of major characters that I won't
I-
mention because I do think that they will come, hopefully, in part 2.
I don't know about
But-
that. I feel like the way they're trying to go about it is like if they do put all their money into like the first part and then it flops, or at least it doesn't make the money they want it to.
It will. I think it will.
I hope
There
it
is
will.
no
I
game
hope
out
it
there
will.
like Elden Ring.
It's like
do
the
you know
whole
what I
thing
mean?
with like 28 years later, the Bone Temple. They kind of put all their eggs in one basket and they were hoping.
But this is the thing. I don't want to sound like a bit of a glazer. It's just it's not Elden Ring. That's the difference.
okay.
Like you look at you just look at Elden Ring as a brand, as a game, whatever.
I mean, as a
right?
game, but then again.
When did it come
you've
out?
got-
What, 2022?
I mean, you've got video games, but then you've got the rest of the public.
But this is the thing, right? You've got the game came out in 2022. People are still talking about it today. People are still talking about secrets that are uncovered, builds that they're doing. People, it's still very much a
Yeah,
popular
yeah.
topic on like streaming places where people do speed runs. But then you look at games that people also throw in the same bracket as Elden Ring, your Expedition 33s, your Baldur's Gates, these revolutionary games. No one gives a fuck about Expedition 33 anymore. No one cares about Baldur's Gate anymore. Yet people still care about Elden Ring. I feel like Elden Ring is just. I don't know why. Saying Elden Ring is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece feels like you're not doing it justice.
I mean,
like there's just something
I do
about
kind
that
of, like,
game where
completely
you just
get
can't.
that. But
yeah.
I think like there is that, but also there is that whole thing about kind of like the public, right? Like a lot of the public, they don't play video games as much, like just in general. Because
I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it?
I think it will make.
But then that's
do
where
a
I feel
lot
like
of
you get
money.
George R.R. Martin.
I mean,
Yeah, a world from George R.R. Martin. You instantly pull so many like the average crowd that say they've seen Game of Thrones.
exactly.
They
yeah,
go, oh,
that's
that's
true.
that's worth it.
I think it will kind of draw in all of those people.
I think it will absolutely make enough money to warrant a sequel, but whether or not
Maybe,
they
yeah.
do one, I don't know.
Because like what's it? Sonic was like, I'm not gonna lie. I think Sonic is more popular than Elden Ring, just like as a legacy. With
Oh,
how
yeah,
long
yeah,
it's been
like,
around
as a
for,
legacy, Sonic
and how
is a-
iconic it is.
Yeah.
It's like, no wonder
Sonic
it was
is Sega. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
no wonder it's
Like,
gonna make so much more money like that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking like, no wonder it got its sequels. I'm hoping Elden Ring does the same, but also at the same time though, if there were no sequels to the Sonic films, that first Sonic film is like its own contained thing.
Yeah, true.
I feel like
I don't know.
with the whole like public thing, I feel like it depends because you've got like shows like Fallout where that's adapted from a game, and a lot of people watch that without ever even playing the game.
Bethesda games are hard to get into as well. They got clunky controls.
Yeah,
they're
but that
poorly
TV show is like built
optimized.
for normies. It's like not built for. I mean, it is built for video gamers to like go, I got that. But at the same time, though, it does. Again, it works on its own as like its own show.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it?
I think that's the thing it's got to do is really got to straddle that line of being like, this is an epic Elden Ring movie that you can go into even if you haven't played the games.
Yeah, I feel like you need to. You need to make the movie so that you can watch it without having any prior knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
But I do also feel like if you go into it with knowledge of the game, it will make the experience
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Do
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
I think that's why they're kind of filming the
But-
opening of the game for the actual kind of like film
I think they're going to do a big lore dump at the start.
with the loaves and dung eater
Yeah,
and shit
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, just to get you into the world, and then
Yeah.
I think it'll open with the cutscene. You know how the
Yes.
game opens,
Well, that's exactly what
and
I'm
there's
saying.
the
yeah.
narrator being like, oh,
That-
you know,
which
there
I
was
think that
Gideon Ofnir,
narrator.
dung eater, blah 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 blah.
I think the narrator is Nick Offerman.
I think the narrator, and I've got one down. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead. We'll come to that in a minute. So, but are we all in agreement that Kit Connor is probably going to be the Tarnished?
I think so.
I think
There's
so.
there's a good chance.
I think there's a good chance. But before we get to like Nick Offerman narrators and whatever, we'll just go through it. So, I'm not 100% sure how you say his last name. Is it Ben Whishaw?
Wishaw.
Ben Whishaw.
Paddington.
Yeah, I think he said Palpatine. I was like, bro, he's not Palpatine.
Speaking of Palpatine, okay, we're gonna leave that for later.
No, so I've got a bit of a rogue one here, right? And I feel like the fact he's second on the casting announcement kind of plays into this a little bit as well. I think he will voice Blythe.
Ooh.
Because-
Blythe again?
The wolf guy.
Yeah, the wolf
Oh,
guy.
Blythe, yeah.
Because I'm not gonna
ooh.
lie, when I
I've
hear
got someone different.
when I hear Blythe, I can also
Oh, I
hear.
just crushed the ladybug in my fingers. Sorry, that was
Oh,
really gross.
really?
I went to like click my fingers. Oh, that's disgusting.
That's
Oh,
wild.
that's horrible.
Shit's so good you had to kill a ladybug for it.
No, mine is quite a simple explanation. Mine is very. My premise of
Comparing
it.
to the games, but like, he is quite like he does have.
I
Like, that
just-
voice
I can
similar
just
to Ben
hear-
Whishaw.
the Paddington voice as Blythe. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. I hear Paddington and I hear Blythe. They're both kind of like
Someone-
this. They're
someone get
both
Blythe.
well-spoken, softly spoken, like British characters who are just very much like, you know, Blythe. All he really is there for is to serve Ranny.
So someone get Blythe
So-
some Marmite, man.
I personally feel like, yeah, I feel like it will be Blythe, and I don't know how they do it,
You-
whether they do practical
You
or.
don't think? Because I was kind of looking through what other people were saying, and Sorcerer Rogier.
That's what I've got down.
I don't think Rogier's going to be in it. At
Yeah,
all.
I get that.
I
'cause-
think Rogier is not a significant enough member of like don't get me wrong, he's at the round table hold
Yeah.
and you talk to him and he has quests and stuff. But I feel like if you've got these 12 actors and you've got to do the story of Elden Ring, you're gonna have to cut a few people. And I feel like Rogier is absolutely one
Yeah.
of them personally.
What about what's the guy with the blindfold on with the big wooden?
Oh, what the
square?
religious one?
The religious guy. I forget
Oh,
what his name
fucking
was.
hell, the monk guy.
Yeah, the monk guy. What about him?
I can't
'Cause
remember his name.
I can see Ben Whishaw in that kind of role.
I don't know. I just can't hear Ben Wishaw's voice other than Blythe. Like the way that Paddington speaks and the way that Blythe speaks, I'm like, it just, to me, it's very comparable.
Yeah.
So I think for that, if they were to do Blythe as like a semi-practical, semi-CG thing, I feel like Ben Whishaw would do the voice for that, and I feel like it would work really well.
yeah, I
So
gotta get that.
for me, I've got him down as Blythe.
Because
And I feel like as well that with an actor like him, you then don't, if they do like a CGI element, you don't need him to do like a lot of the physicality of it.
yeah.
You can get like a stunt guy in like the mocap or like depending how they do it or whatever.
Well, I do have another option for Blythe, but we'll talk about him in a little second.
There was a couple of people that I thought could play Blythe.
I got one
But,
person in specific who
but
kind of
yeah.
like has done very good kind of voice acting in the past.
Okay.
But I'll save it.
I feel like I know who you're going to say here.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I've got them in a VA role as well. But we'll get to that in a bit.
But yeah,
Yeah.
next person,
So the next one is Kaylee Spaney, which
which
I think is the most obvious.
Melina.
It's-
Melina.
It's
Melina.
Melina.
Melina,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's going to be the
Melatonin.
maiden. I think she's going to play the maiden, runes of strength, all that malarkey.
She looks like it. and
I don't
everything.
really think there's much debate on that because then I feel
I'm-
like if they were to kind of like franchise it, for example, and say they were to do like multiple films. Say for example they get to the point of Shadow of the Erd Tree, right? It's very heavily implied that Melina is the sibling of Mesmer.
Yeah.
So they could almost then like you've got that caliber of actor in Kaylee Spaney to then flesh out this character more. Whereas at the moment they have just got her as like she will be the maiden. That's kind of like
I think that's
yeah.
a thing of like there's going to be the discrepancy between the films and the games.
yeah.
The games, they don't have a lot of character arcs in it. They just kind of have characters.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
thing, isn't it? It'll be
They, like,
difficult.
you know, Melina, she does her shit, right? she never changes her tone. She never changes, even when she's like vowing revenge to kill you if you get the bad ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's completely like one note. But
Yeah.
that works considering that the rest of like the game and everything is like you're not one note. In the film, there needs to be a lot more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's going to
For
be
sure.
quite interesting to see how the relationship between her and like the tarnished character or the main character will sort of like change throughout the whole thing, especially when there are other characters trying to convince this tarnished to do different things.
Yeah.
Which
I think that Kaylee Spaney being Melina as well, it gives me, because like you said, she's a bit one note and they need to flesh her out a bit more. That kind of leads me to believe that they will do Vike, because obviously Vike and Melina have like this little love story.
Yeah.
And it would add to her character while adding to the main plot as well. Whereas if you just have the tarnished, Melina's sole purpose really is to just burn down the tree.
You know
do you know
what
what I
would be
mean?
so
So it's kind
good
of
to
like
see on screen?
it would be doing it as Vike would make her more prominent in the film as more like of a love interest kind of
You know
thing.
what would be absolutely incredible to see on screen that I've wanted to see for a while? An actual interaction between Melina and Rani.
Yeah,
Considering that
that would be good.
They've both got like similar goals, just from opposite directions, and it's like they're both trying to kind of like cover the Tarnish's decisions and everything like that. So yeah, I think that would be an incredible thing to see on screen.
Yeah.
Like an argument between both of them, seeing like you do two very powerful people coming from different sides of like the family tree.
Yeah, I can definitely see her playing Melina though.
Yeah,
You know, it's a bit of a rogue shout, but I will throw it out there.
You don't think Rani though?
No, I think I've got Rani on here, but I think it'll be somebody else. I think if Kaylee Spaney doesn't play Melina, I think the most likely other character would be Melania, personally.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know.
see
Kaylee
that.
I
Spaney's
can't
too short for that.
I
That's what I
can't
was thinking.
necessarily see it as such, but I feel like she's the caliber of actor that you would need to have Melania, because Melania is such a big part of the story.
What other like consistent
But-
female characters are there within Elden Ring? Because you got that.
Well, there's what? There's Melina, there's Melania, there's Rani, there's Renala.
Yeah, Renala. I don't think Renala.
I don't think she'll be in the movie.
I've got someone down as Renala. Yeah.
I think they have to do Renala, considering like the
Yeah.
whole history of Elden Ring and everything.
Because of Rani as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just makes sense. Like,
It's like
realistically,
she's the baby mama, right? You don't get rid of the baby.
see, now
mama.
this is the thing, right?
Wiper in the game every time.
I think
Absolutely
realistically,
wash her.
Renala, Marika, Godfrey, and Radagon all have to appear at some point.
Oh,
But
especially.
I
kind of
don't
like,
think
yeah.
any of these 12 actors could play Radagon or Godfrey. And I've left them both out for that reason, because like I said, I think there'll be a second film where they will get actors to play Godfrey and Radagon, but they won't be needed for the first film.
I think Godwin will just be kind of like a one-off. They'll just show him dead, and that's it.
No, Godfrey.
Oh, Godfrey. Yeah. Godfrey.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but
we're all in
maybe
agreement. Kaylee Spaney's Melina, though.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that one.
Yeah.
But the
But
next one,
But if not Melina, I think Rani.
it's a bit of a rogue shot as well, but she could play Selen,
Yeah.
the sorceress.
Yes, that's it.
Do you know
That's
what I
what I was
mean?
thinking of. Selling the sorceress.
But I don't necessarily think that Selen will play as big of a role as she... I don't think Selen's role in Elden Ring is as big as Kaylee Spaney's role in an Alex Garland film.
Yeah,
That's
do you know
true.
what I mean?
That's really true.
So I
All
don't
right.
think that that's the
Ne-
case at all.
Next
So
one, who I think
it's Tom
is
Burke.
is going to be Blythe.
See, no,
think
I
it's
was-
gonna be Blythe.
Yeah, see, now I've got Tom Burke as Radahn.
Okay, yeah, so like big hitters then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
think
have you seen like Tom Burke and stuff?
the only thing I've seen him in is Furiosa.
You haven't seen him in Black Bag or anything.
No, I've not
That's
seen him.
from. I actually didn't know who he was, so I just googled him. I thought he probably played Blythe. He's got a beard.
I mean,
That was why-
in
He's
Furiosa,
not
like
actually playing Blythe. He's like voicing him.
Yeah, but you kind of like you got to have a deep voice if you got a beard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But then, but then, just bringing it back to Ben Whishaw, that was my logic for him as Blythe, was because of the voice.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I can almost hear, like, Paddington, like I said, as kind of Blythe.
Yeah,
But
that's
Tom Burke, I've got as Radahn. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like an Elden Ring film without Radahn is kind of like,
I don't know. They'll do Radahn. Just whether or not they'll get him to talk is an entirely different thing.
I don't know, because he
What-
never talks in the game,
He
does he?
never talks in the
He's obviously
game.
just like, he's like a brain dead
He
kind of
roars
like
at the sky.
scourge.
You know, it's like
It's an interesting one, yeah.
It's a
but-
thing which kind of like makes you think. Oh yeah, he also played Orson Welles in Mank, which was a very good performance.
I haven't seen that, but
That was one that he used his voice quite a lot. Like if you ever heard Orson Welles' talk, it's like quite powerful. And yeah, Tom Burke got that across quite well. So maybe Blythe is quite well spoken, so maybe not Blythe, honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly Radahn, or possibly the, what's the guy's name who's like the jester that kind of like, was part of his army?
Oh, Jaren.
Jaren.
I said Jaren as well.
Jaren could be a good shout.
There was a few. The three that I was strung on was Radahn, Jaren, and do you know D? The one with the double armor in the
D
room.
I
feel like D could be a good shout.
D.
He could be.
Dude,
But I just don't think that.
D.
But yeah, I think Tom Burke as Radahn. I just feel like it works.
Do you know how awesome it would be to kind of play D with that armor on?
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
But part of the reason I think he could do Radahn is because obviously there's a point when Radahn is almost like human size. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lots of like artwork that depicts them when they were,
and of course
members of like the Golden Order, and they were all kind of like human size. And Consort Radahn as well, yeah, with the fact that, all of that stuff. But Tom Burke is one of the harder ones, I think, personally, to do.
I think it's because he isn't. I haven't seen him to be a versatile actor, but I think because of his the characters he plays, he could play a vast majority of characters in this game.
So now for me, I've only seen him in Furiosa, where he plays like a bit of a quiet badass,
like Solid Snake.
Yeah, and I'm like, in Elden Ring, who is quiet and who is a total badass, and it's like, well, Radahn. Do you know what I mean? Radahn doesn't say a single word, yet he's the mightiest of the demigods. So it's like it just makes sense to me. But whether he is or isn't, I honestly don't know. I really could not. A lot of these, I will just go out on a limb here and say I really couldn't call. I sat and really thought about this, and even some of them I'm still not like 100% with.
Are we thinking that the what's the guy's name? The Destined Death.
Malekith.
Are we thinking Malekith is in this?
No. This again, it plays into my argument. I think it will be a 2-part film, and I think Malekith will have to come later.
Yeah.
I think if you then put Malekith, Godfrey, and Radagon in this film, I feel like it gets too much.
Yeah, but what about him as when he's wearing the robes?
The thing is, what is Garank?
Yes, it's Garank.
They could do it as Garank and have Garank make like a brief appearance.
Yeah, Garank has got Tom Burke in.
What's the budget of this film?
It's the A24's biggest budget movie. I know that much.
Yeah, and their last bigger budget movie was Beau is Afraid, which I think was that wasn't 300 million, but it was close.
Okay, so it's got a decent bit of money.
It's got a decent bit of money behind it.
Bit of dosh behind it.
Bit of dosh behind it. But
so,
yeah, Tom Burke's a difficult one. But I've got him down as Radahn.
I got him down as Blythe.
That's fair. I was strung between Blythe as well.
No, that's what
I was strung between Blythe.
Okay, crazy.
See, now for the next two, I kind of want to bundle the next two together because I've got a pretty compelling argument for this.
I think they're interchangeable.
What, Havana Rose Liu and Sonoya Mizuno?
Yeah.
See, now I've got a theory about this, right? I was Googling all this last night. Havana Rose Liu is 28 years old. Her father is Thai American, right? So she's American, but she's got Thai heritage. And, she's obviously got Asian heritage. Sonoya Mizuno is a Japanese British actor. And she's like 38 years old. I think she's about 10 to 12 years older than Havana Rose Liu. So I think they'll play the mother-daughter duo of Renala and Rani. I think Sonoya Mizuno will be Renala, and I think Havana Rose Liu will play Rani.
And do you think Sonoya Mizuno as Renala is going to do the same voice she did in House of the Dragon as the White Worm? Where you tall,
yeah. I can't remember what she sounded like for a minute.
But... with the hogs.
But yeah, I don't know. I can.
Okay.
I think the reason that I've kind of settled on Sonoya Mizuno as Renala is because I'm just adamant Havana Rose Liu is Rani. I've not seen her in anything before. But I looked at a picture of her, and I just think from the shape of her face alone, I was like,
come on
you paint her blue, and that's Rani the doll. She just looks like Rani. Do you know what I mean?
James Cameron is banging his fist on the table right now.
How dare you!
I think I had her down as Rani, and then I googled her.
Yeah.
Instantly swapped it.
What did you put it to though?
So I've got Sonoya Mizuno as Rani.
Sonoya Mizuno is Rani.
She looks young. I didn't know she was 30 yet.
Yeah, she's like late 30s. Yeah.
But I think she can look like a doll.
Yeah, that's the thing. A doll, and then bearing in mind, all of these characters, you have to reiterate, they're all thousands of years old.
Yeah.
So they literally could be they could be played by a 20-year-old. They could also be played by a 50-year-old. Do you know what I mean? It really doesn't matter.
I don't know if Havana Rose Liu will kind of do justice to the role, honestly.
What, of Rani?
As Rani, I've looked at her IMDb, and it's it was that, what's that one called? Afraid, where AI, that horror film.
Oh, no, I know the
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Did one recently called Power Ballad. There's like a Paul Rudd thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
not
know.
actually out yet, is it?
Did one called well, she did Bottoms, which was quite good, but that's like a comedic role.
Another person in this film is from Bottoms as well.
Really?
I think Ruby Cruz is from Bottoms as well.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, so
But-
I think for a character like this, someone who is very, very, very demure in a way where it's like there's so much substance right there. Like there's this ethereal kind of presence here. Something very much like Arwen from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I don't know if Havana Rose Liu will do that. I mean, from what I've seen of Sonia Mizuno from House of the Dragon, I think she can do that. But she doesn't in House of the Dragon.
I don't know. The only other one
I mean,
I've
they're
got
both
down
ethereal
here.
people, though. So
The only other one I've got down here, I've got Sonoya Mizuno as Melania.
See, I've got Havana Rose Leo as Melania.
Really? So you've just got them swapped? Okay. So no, I
kinda-
thought.
I respect that.
Yeah, I think as soon as I saw her, I was like, that's Melania.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw the woman who played White Worm from obviously Thingy Mizuno from
Yeah.
House of the Dragon.
Oh, Mizuno could
And I was
play,
like, if you just put
Melania.
that like triangular brim on her, she's just got that jawline that I'm like, I can just see it, man.
Yeah.
And she's
yeah.
Japanese British. She's got a very like, if you look at her behind the scenes, she's got this very like, you know, kind of well spoken voice. So I think that I think she could play Melania.
Yeah,
But
get
I definitely
her
think
in.
those two will fall under that topic of Rani, Melania, Renala. I think like those three characters for those two actors are probably the most likely. But yeah, I just thought they're both of Asian descent, and one of them is like 10 years older than the other. So I think it could be
Alright.
Rani and Renala personally. But
That's where my 50 quid's going on Kalashi.
what?
Chat, what's he talking about?
Wasn't that one like betting website called Kalashi?
Oh, I have no
You
idea.
don't know this?
No, I don't know.
Could
Is
have got
that
me
when
on
you
trusty like William
like-
Hill.
You
You
can
like-
bet on like if Trump's
you-
gonna get assassinated.
You know, like sports, but yeah, exactly. You
Yeah,
could
yeah.
bet. Thank you.
Oh
can
yeah,
bet-
like, you
you
can
just
like bet on
threw
things
something.
like that. No, I get
You
what
can
you're
just, like,
saying.
Yeah, 50 quid on Sonoya Mizuno as Melania.
But yeah. Yeah, Havana Rose Liu, Rani, Sonoya Mizuno is Renala or Melania. That's the only other person I've got that I think could be two
I think you got
roles.
a hard lock. Those are too many options. You got to hard lock one of them in.
Well, I think Havana Rose Liu is definitely going to be Rani,
Okay.
and I think
okay.
Sonoya Mizuno will either be Renala or Melania.
I think Sonoya Mizuno as Renala, and I think Havana Rose Liu. Yeah, I'm gonna go as Rani. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I'm going Sonoya Mizuno as Rani, Havana Rose Leo as Melania.
So you're basically the same, but just swapped. But
Who would be Renala then?
Renala, see, like I
Well,
said,
that's the
Renala's
thing.
boring.
Would you even put Renala in this?
I
then?
don't
mean, Like I
know.
said again, you need the baby
I thought
mama.
maybe Ruby Cruz could play her, but I don't think she's old enough to play Renala.
But then again, I mean, what kind of demigods are they going to be facing? They're going to be facing Radahn, Godric. They got to do Godric.
Yeah.
Would they do? What's the guy's fucking name? Serpent Family.
Rykard.
Would they do Rykard? Rykard would go.
I
so hard,
did
though.
think about this, and there was a couple of actors that I thought could play Rykard, but I thought realistically, when you look at the plot of Elden Ring, Rykard is a big player, but he's also kind of not.
I think as a
Rykard's
film,
a big player, but he's a big player kind of off to the side.
yeah.
The
from a film
main plot line
perspective,
is like Rani and her quest,
yeah.
and Mikola, especially obviously in the DLC, you realise that he's got a lot
Yeah.
of things, so that pulls like Radahn into it.
Plus, just as like a
Melania's in
film
it.
aspect of it, you
I feel
have
like-
the
yeah.
red desert, you have the green grasslands, and you have like the.
I feel
magic
like of
water.
the
I think it works.
siblings, you need Rani and Radahn, but I don't necessarily think you need Rykard. So
Yeah.
I've left Rykard out, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But the next person on the list is
Jonathan Price.
Jonathan Price.
Guy from Game of Thrones, I just googled him.
Yeah, the High Septon.
Don't do that to my boy. Don't do that to Jonathan
Ben,
Price.
I think Ben's met him in a co-op once.
He was Don Quixote.
Really?
Yeah.
He was Don Quixote.
That's wild.
He was the main actor in Brazil.
He was in that Two Popes as well, wasn't
He
he?
was in the two popes. He played
Yeah.
fucking Pope Francis in the
Yeah.
two popes.
Yeah, the guy from Game of Thrones.
Kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill yourself.
Who would he play?
He's also Keira Knightley's dad in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Guy's
Yeah.
got like he's like one of the pillars of British acting.
Yeah. We make it sound like he's a bit of a nobody, but he really is like,
I've
yeah.
literally never seen him in
Jonathan
Thrones.
Price is really good.
Yeah,
so-
like he's up there with like Christopher Lee and Toby Turner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've copped out a little bit here, and I've not actually given him a character from the game. I think Jonathan Pryce will be the narrator.
Really?
You reckon?
I think it will need a narrator because I think it's gonna have to move quick and it's gonna have to jump around.
Hearing Jonathan Pryce say the loaves of dung eater would be quite
And
funny.
I just think that Jonathan Pryce, of all of those people, the only other person I think he could play because of his age is Gideon Ofnir. But
that'd be good.
There is a
yeah.
person I've got on here that I've got down for Gideon that I think would do it slightly better.
That's
So the only role that I could kind of fall back on and go, that's literally the only other thing I could think of was Jonathan Pryce.
You don't think Jaren?
No, he's too old.
Like,
The only other thing that he could play is Muriel.
who?
The big turtle with
Oh,
the
the
pointy
big turtle.
hat.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
That would
he
be
could
good.
play
I
Muriel,
like that.
but I feel like why would you get Jonathan Pryce in to voice a character who, in the grand scheme of things, is quite insignificant?
You kind of cut out the middleman with it. You make the narrator the turtle.
You make the narrator Muriel, yeah, you could do that.
It's like, yeah.
But then you sit there and go, why is Muriel narrating the Elden Ring movie? Yeah, I mean,
Because he's
it's
been
kinda
there. He's
just-
been there. He's seen everything. He's a fucking ancient turtle.
Yeah,
Of course
that's
he's going to
true.
see stuff.
But who have you got down as for Jonathan Pryce?
I had, I did have the narrator as well.
You had the narrator as well.
I
that's fair.
I was thinking Jaren, considering like the whole thing with the beard and like him kind of boasting up.
Yeah, kind of
like
glazing Radar.
Glazing Radahn. I think that would go fucking real hard and shit like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, it's a difficult
maybe
one.
like voicing Rykard if they do put him in here.
I don't know.
Or Godric. Godric would be a great one, honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
Like the whole old, like him shouting bear witness and whatnot as like this old kind of crazy man of all these limbs and shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I need to know what he sounds like. Hang on.
He's quite softly spoken, isn't he?
He
But
is.
He's also got a very distinctive voice. I
You
think.
got like a bit of a distressed tone in him when he like really gets into
Yeah.
it.
I think he should be narrator. I just think you've got this.
The narrator would be pretty sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've just got
yeah.
you've just got like this older actor
Yeah.
who's got this kind of like very recognizable, very a good voice for it. Something's going on the other side of the fucking Pontar, mate. I tell you.
Yeah.
How's the bridge moving?
Bridge is at a standstill. There's sirens on the other
Just,
side
like,
of the river.
Revealing the location of where we're filming right
We're on
now.
the good side of the river.
Like,
Yeah.
just doxing us.
Yeah.
It's like this is live though, is it? Like,
So you got Jonathan
but
Pryce.
yeah,
as
Jonathan
narrator.
Pryce, the narrator. I think he's got a recognizable voice. I just think it would work.
I
I
would really
I
work.
I'd
can't
work
see
with
him
that.
as anyone
Yeah.
else personally,
Makes sense.
other than Gideon. But like I said,
what
I've got a better choice.
What about one of those old people with the blindfolds on and like the stock thing on his like neck? One of like the apostle characters. Because
Oh,
he plays
maybe.
something similar like
some
in Game of Thrones.
some people think that he could play, in Renala's area. I can never remember what it's called now. The castle, the Ryaluk area, the school.
Yeah.
There's those mages that have the big concrete heads.
Oh yeah.
Some people think that he could almost play one of the mages, and then there could be another one of the female actors plays Selen. So you've got Selen and her like. You've almost got like the mage and the apprentice in like Jonathan
Yeah.
Pryce and the character the person playing Selen. But
How big is this film going to be?
this is what I mean. You get to that point and you're like, you've got so much stuff here that
This
you've
would-
almost got to make
yeah.
it kind of try and
I
work.
think this would definitely be like a 2-hour, 30-minute long movie, maybe even 3 hours.
I'm telling you, it's got to be more than one film. It has to be.
But that's the thing, though. Like, yeah, but at the same time,
It's
though,
gonna
it
make the
needs
money,
to stand alone
I
as its own
think.
thing.
I think it's going to make the money that it needs to warrant.
Gideon Ofnir would be good. But I just think that there's someone better.
I
in
just
this
have a better
list.
pick for Gideon
Yeah,
Ofnir
yeah.
personally, but
then again, you never know these casting directors,
but yeah.
because the order in which they hire these people to kind of do these roles and fill them in, you kind of like maybe you kind of get an actor you think, man, that'd be really good for that one role, but we've already cast him.
Yeah, exactly. But the next one I think is arguably one of the hardest ones to do, which is Ruby Cruz.
So who is Ruby?
Yeah, let me
Cruz?
Google that.
I have never seen anything she's been in, and I went purely off of looks, and even then I couldn't think of anyone, so I kind of just gave her a random character. But I also think it kind of works. So
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just kick things off, and I'll say I think she could potentially play Fia.
Who's Therian?
Fia
Ooh.
is the woman all in black
Yeah.
that you rest your head in her lap.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because
they've gotta
I
put her
do
in.
feel like there's going to be a lot of time spent at the round table hold. I feel like there will be a lot of characters where
Oh, she's in Bottoms.
that was the character I was talking about, or the actress I was talking about. I feel there's going to be a lot of time where the Tarnished is going back to the round table hold because it is almost like the hub. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there is going to be a lot of time spent there in the film, and I feel like you're going to need a few characters to flesh that area out. And so I think she could play Fia because
Well-
it also Fia plays into one of the endings. So I feel like they can maybe kind of, do that. And Fear also links with Godwin.
Yeah.
And Godwin obviously being the favourite son of Marika, it kind of links that again to the more like godly plot line.
I mean, seeing her
So,
with like
yeah.
short hair, it kind of makes me think she might play someone similar with short hair, maybe like Roderica.
That was my other shout, was Roderica. Was
But
because
she's one of the people that could be cut.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Roderica could be cut because of the fact that she's
Just
she's literally like you literally buy the spirit summons off of
she's a
her,
game
and she's
mechanism.
right opposite Hugh. But then I also feel like it could be important for Hugh's story, and I feel like Hugh will be here because he's the blacksmith.
I think he will be there, but he won't have a story.
I think he'll just be the blacksmith.
Yeah, you can just hear it. Ting, ting.
Let's get smithing. But no, I think I've got Ruby Cruz as
The whole-
Fear.
the whole
I
thing
don't
about-
I don't really know who else she could play.
Yeah. The whole thing about crafting a blade that can kill a demigod and whatnot.
Yeah,
That'll be like Hugh's whole thing.
it's pretty neat. It's
I'm
pretty.
gonna
friggin'
go.
cool. It's difficult, isn't it? It's
I-
really difficult.
I don't. Is it? It's not. It's Marika, isn't it? That's the blonde one, or is it? Mikko?
Yeah. Nothing is. I think Marika is going to be Emma Laird or Emma
Who's
Lard.
Marika? Oh, no, the Queen.
Yeah,
Marika.
because
Yeah.
she was the one that was leaked, and I think in the leaks you can see this Marika and you can see this Emma Laird or
Oh,
Lard.
is it?
So I don't think.
Oh no, yeah, definitely her then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
didn't realise
that
it was
one,
another woman.
I
Let's
think
see
that
the
one
link.
is going to be.
Have you got an image?
Oh no, I just looked up the actress and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, that would be. I think you are right. Fear seems to be the best one.
Or like I said, the other option, because her and Jonathan Pryce are right next to each other on the call sheet or on the casting announcement. Jonathan Pryce, like I said, could play a mage, and Ruby Cruz could play Selen. Do you know what I mean? She could play out the sorcerer's kind of apprenticey role. Do you know what I mean?
I like that. All right,
But
next,
I'm
next
honestly
one.
not sure.
So Nick Offerman. Nick Offerman's another Alex Garland regular.
Yeah.
So he played the president in Civil War. He played one of the main devs in the show Devs.
Yeah.
He was in a few other things from Alex Garland. Yeah, guys always going to be in his stuff.
Who we got him down for?
Oh, who have I got that for? He was going to be another contestant for narrator.
Yeah. That's
I
fair.
was thinking Hugh Hammer.
Hugh Hammer.
Yeah,
That's Game of Thrones.
not Hugh Hammer. Shit, who am I thinking
I
of?
was like, Hugh Hammer rides Vermithor in the Dance of Dragons.
Oh fucking yeah, you're right. I was thinking of the weird kind of scaly guy with like the what's his name?
The blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Hugh.
Hugh.
Not
Not Hugh. Fucking hell, you.
Either. I mean,
George,
Hugh,
come on.
Hugh and Hugh. I mean, it's not. You're
Yeah.
not far off here, lad.
Jesus Christ, come on,
They're
George.
both George R. R. Martin
I'm
as
getting
well.
confused
so,
with
yeah.
these people, George.
You see, now I've got him.
Yeah, Hugh. Nick Offerman could be Hugh.
Yeah, I've got him down as Alexander the Warrior Jar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Because,
yeah.
I
They
feel
gotta-
like that could be kind of like the comedic relief. He could be more like they're in the midst of a battle and he's like, oh, this is great fun. Do you know
This
what I
is
mean?
great fun.
And I can just hear Nick Offerman doing that. I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like it's a bit of him.
I can hear him be like, I will collect your insides.
And I feel like I said earlier on, like I don't know if it is a thing or not, but obviously people on the casting being higher up, you might assume are more main characters.
I think top of the stuff is more kind of like, top billing. I think now we're at kind of like supporting, which could go anywhere.
This is what I mean. So I obviously at the top billing, I've got Kit Connor as Tarnished and Ben Whishaw as Blythe because I think that they will do a lot of travelling together. I think Blythe will almost be like a secondary character in the main plot and almost the Tarnished and Blythe will travel.
If
And I
anything,
think
the
there'll
top
be a
billing
point.
should have been like Kit Connor and Kaylee Spenny.
Yeah, but
don't
I think Kelly
Kaylee
Spenny will
would
be
do
there
that
as
much.
well.
I think she would just kind of spawn in every now and then.
And then I think Alexander Jar would be a nice character to have where you've got Blythe, the Tarnished, and Alexander at some point. There's like a little bit of a trio.
Facing Radahn.
Do you know what I mean? Doing these kind of things. They're facing Radahn, for example, played by Tom Burke. You know what I mean? I'm saying? We're getting somewhere.
I don't know about voiced by Tom Burke, because then it'd be like
I think no,
fighting
because
with the whole...
I don't think they'll do CG for Radahn. I almost think they'll use like
Yeah.
They'll put him in armor and then scale it up.
But I don't think they'll get him talking. I hope they.
Yeah,
don't-
that's fair.
You know what? I actively don't want him to talk.
But yeah, Nick
Don't want
Offerman,
him-
I've got as
I don't want
Alexander Jar.
Don't want Radahn to talk. That's what I'm locking in.
Would you know he actually had lines of dialogue that were cut from the DLC boss fight?
Good. I don't want that.
But it's
know,
it's very interesting.
I feel like he's a mythic character living in the present, and he's almost like Master Chief. The less
Yeah.
he speaks, the more epic he becomes.
the Doomslayer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get what
Literally
you're
that.
saying.
And I feel like putting
What the
it's
fuck
like
has just fell on me?
it's like if Michael Myers decided to speak. It's like the mystique
Yeah.
is like completely disappears.
I get that.
Yeah, I do like the Warrior Jar one. I think Gideon Ofnir again could be a good one.
No, I see. Again, I've got Gideon coming up. I've got a character who I just think will play Gideon. Yeah.
But like, maybe considering that he's an American, it's going to be an American voice, and depending on how the rest of the cast are going to play it, there's a lot of British voices.
But I could almost see Alexander the Jar being the American.
Yeah,
I could almost
yeah.
see that having almost like a. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it would. I just feel like it could work as Alexander Warrior Jar.
Do you think
personally.
they could get Nick Offerman to, if they had to voice Radahn, they could get Nick Offerman for it?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
What are you thinking?
I don't think so.
Radahn,
It's tricky.
I think he's just got too much of a distinct voice. I think Radahn.
Offerman or Radahn?
Offerman.
Yeah.
I think Radahn would just be a lot of like shouting and stuff, and I feel like you're wasting that with someone who's.
Well,
got
the
such
line
a
of
unique
dialogue he
voice.
had cut from the DLC fight, he was essentially. I can't remember exactly what it was. He basically just says something about how, like, you know, he's like the chosen one that Mikula claimed or whatever. And then he says that he's a lion bred for war. And then he draws his swords and that's it. So it's like he is, you know, he doesn't stand there and monologue. He is very much like a character of few words. So I do think there could be potential to have him voiced by someone. But like Leo said, I do feel like maybe they'll go down the route where they just keep him quiet and just kind of have him as this character who just doesn't talk, because it could just add to the level of like the sort of the aura of it, if that, so to speak.
Yeah.
Nick Offerman. I think I had him as narrator, but I think I like Jonathan Pryce more as the narrator.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swap him out and say
I'm trying to think of other
Godric.
characters that he could
Godric.
Godric.
Oh.
The
I
voice
know-
of Godric.
Is Godric Scottish? Is that, or is that someone else?
Yeah.
Godric has-
I'm the
Godric
lord
is-
of all things golden.
Yes. Godric is Scottish. I
I don't think Godric is. I don't think that's Scottish.
They haven't.
It's a weird northern voice.
Yeah,
isn't
they
It's
it?
haven't
northern,
cast
but it's
it.
not. I don't think it's Scottish.
Yeah, again, I don't know if they put in Godric in it. I hope they do, considering how iconic he is to like the advertisement of the game.
No, I'm just thinking he's definitely not Scottish. Because
No.
imagine him being for the fathers, one and all, bear witness.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely
imagine-
not Scottish.
Giving Nick Offerman kind of like the chance to do like a crazy wacky voice, and then have him
Yeah.
kind of, you know, you get like a grumble going on, as he'll kind of say like, you know, bear witness. That's a good shout.
I like Godric.
I don't know,
kind of
it's
warming up to
good,
that.
it could be.
If they
Could
do
be.
him.
I hope
could be
they
for
do.
sure.
I really hope they do.
But
I can imagine them doing like practical effects with the arms and shit.
Godric
like
is like one of those major characters that I've not got down here, but I do feel like he has to show up.
that. He has to.
Because it's like the first major like challenge for the Tarnished, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Right, who's next?
John Hodgkinson.
Okay, so this guy.
I have
I-
absolutely no idea about.
I
I
know-
researched him. He's a theatre actor.
Okay.
So I
I did not know that.
watched the only video I could find of him was an interview from on YouTube from 14 years ago.
Fucking
So
hell.
I genuinely could not find anything about this guy. So I've just thrown a really random one out there, and I think he could just play Hugh the blacksmith.
So this
Just
guy.
a very simple, small role. I don't think it's gonna be anything special.
He does.
like,
He does very small roles. He did a role in Napoleon. He did a role in a Steve McQueen film. Steve McQueen guy did 12 Years a Slave, and other such things. It was for a show, well, a series of films called Small Axe, where he played a police interviewer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like quite a gruff sort of person,
Right.
from what I remember about the film. So yeah, I feel like, and you know, From Software, they're no strangers for getting theatre actors.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah.
Into like their productions to kind of like give that gravity, the gravity and theatrics of what they're talking about. Like,
yeah.
what's the guy's name who did the hunter who was like shouted Bale, like
Oh, Igor.
Bale! Yeah,
I don't know the
Igor.
actor, but I know the
I think
character.
that was
yeah.
like his first time doing like a proper voice acting as well.
Really?
Yeah, and they wanted like him not for what his like skills were, but for what he was bringing to the table.
That
So
makes sense.
yeah, there's something in this guy that people might be properly seeing. He's an older actor as well,
Yeah.
so that kind of fits him to play. I think he could actually play Godric.
You reckon, yeah?
I reckon
Maybe he
it,
could be the voice of Godric. Yeah.
It kind of shapes.
He's not.
up,
He's not going to be in it for long because Godric will die.
You know,
so
British actor, theatre, older.
yeah,
Yeah, I respect that.
That kind of suits because I mean,
could definitely be a shout.
some people are saying Gideon Ofnir again.
Yeah,
I
again,
was gonna say Gideon.
Gideon is another shout, but again, there's one more actor who's like it's so close, but I think will play Gideon.
I know who you're
over
gonna
them.
say, yeah,
But
and I disagree.
yeah, John Hodgkinson, I've just got down as Hugh. I really struggled to find anything on the guy, but yeah, I'm
Hugh.
sure whatever.
That's fair. Whatever they're cooking. I want Hugh in the film.
Yeah, I'd like to see Hugh in the film. I can see Hugh being that character that doesn't really have much story, but everyone likes him.
Yeah,
Because he makes the weapon. He's like, you know, he might make a few little like comedic quips every now and then.
Could play Jaren.
It could be Jaren as well. Yeah, he's bald. Looks a bit like Jaren.
He's bald.
He's bald. He looks like Jaren, but. Yeah, it's a difficult one. That one I struggled with the most. I'll fully admit that.
Yeah.
I sat there last night.
It?
I was racking my brain. I could not think of anything.
Who's next?
The next one is Jefferson Hall.
So yeah, Tyland and Jason Lannister.
Yeah,
from House
he plays
of the Dragon.
Tyland and Jason Lannister from House of the Dragon.
He actually plays a third Lannister because
the one that dies in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets killed by the mountain, doesn't he?
yes, he does.
Yeah, he plays Does he play a Lannister?
No,
he
plays someone from the Vale.
Yeah, he's like a Knight of the Vale, isn't he? But
Hugh
either
from the
or.
Vale. That was it.
Yeah. But
Love
no,
Hughes,
I think Jefferson Hall
George.
will play Gideon.
Okay.
I think he'll play Gideon.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like Tyland Lannister and Jason Lannister,
That's
they just give me that kind of vibe.
That's
They're
a very smarmy kind of way to go about it.
smarmy, political, always got his best interest in mind, but he's kind of making it look like he's got the best interest of everyone else in mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
yeah.
I just think from the role that he's done in House of the Dragon, I think Jefferson Hall will be Gideon.
Do you think they'll get Jefferson Hall to do a double role again, where he not only plays Gideon, but he also plays the guy with the skull armor? That'd be funny.
Maybe. Probably not, but...
George is like, I want you in this Elden Ring movie. Oh, great, my own standalone role. You're going to be playing two people
Yeah,
again.
you're playing everyone.
I'm schizophrenic, you're playing everybody.
What is it like that Dracula stage play with Cynthia Erivo?
Have you seen photos from that?
It's weird.
It
man.
looks crazy.
Just get Cynthia Erivo to play everyone in the Elden Ring film.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, if fucking Cynthia Erivo came out of nowhere being like, get the runes tarnished, I'd run away, man.
Yeah.
I got freaked out.
You just start singing it.
Yeah.
Paint it green instead of blue.
Can we get her to play Rykard?
There you go. But yeah, Jefferson Hall, I've got as Gideon.
I'm gonna go D. I think it's D.
Yeah, D is a
yeah,
good one
could be
again.
D.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, it's a good shout. I didn't think of it. My two brothers said he could play Hoslo. You know, the guy with the red armor with the big horns. He's fighting in the consecrated snowfield as part of like the assassination quest lines.
Yeah, he might get cut. I
think he'll get cut.
No,
Personally.
but the tale of House Hoslo is written in blood.
That's
it's
what I mean.
such a banging line.
It's such a good quest.
Yeah.
But will they include it?
I hope so. I hope
It's a difficult one.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
Yeah, I support side characters you want to see in Elden Ring, because I want to see Hoslo. I don't mind about Rogier. I'd love to see D. Like I think D is so unique, along with Hoslo, that you got to keep him in.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not many characters in the Round Table Hold that I would personally keep.
I would love to see the what's the merchant guy's name? Who's like the crab feeder guy? Like he sells you crabs. He goes, oh, by Marika's tits.
Oh, well, the merchant.
Yeah, the merchant guy.
Well, the little guy with the guitar.
No, the guy with the metal helmet on.
Oh, what, the prisoner guy?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
What's his name? I just know him as like the Marika's tits guy.
I don't know, yeah.
Because he's like the only guy that talks like a George R. R. Martin character.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd love to see him. He'd be quite cool.
I'd probably keep Patches just for like one scene.
You got it, yeah.
I feel like a Patches cameo is almost a given.
It's a given. Someone's like, go in that hole. Oh, here, kick him. That's the last time you see
bye,
him.
bitch.
Yeah.
But...
There's a website here that says Jefferson Hall would voice Radahn.
I don't see it.
I
just don't see it.
I don't want anyone voicing Radahn.
I just don't see it. But
Right.
the next one is Emma Laird.
Emma Laird.
I'm happy to just go with
I'm saying Marika.
Yeah,
It's all the
Marika.
leaks. She's got the blonde hair.
Yeah.
She's got plimsolls on. Thumbs down. She'd have the dogs out. Do you know what I mean? She'd have the dogs out. Boo.
This is not what Miyazaki wanted.
Do you know what I mean?
Not what Miyazaki wanted.
Sound off in the comments below.
Exactly.
Get the dogs out.
George and Miyazaki.
American culture is influencing Japanese culture too much.
George and Miyazaki, they planned this from the very beginning, and Alex Garland came in and swooped it away.
Ruined it.
Took away
It's the only reason they're doing the
everything
movie.
they were doing.
So yeah, Emma Larder's American. I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
And then the
She's-
last
yeah,
one,
She's got that stature.
I might butcher this, but I believe
Go on, Ryan.
Peter Serafinowicz.
Yeah, I like that. I'm happy with that
You,
pronunciation.
Yeah.
you forgot the C at the end, but yeah.
How do you pronounce the C?
Serafinowicz.
It's Serafinowicz.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It just looks like it would be pronounced Serafinowicz.
so
I've
of
got
course,
two people for this.
I've got
Got to
one.
mention off the start, Darth Maul. He's Darth Maul.
Yeah, he's the voice of Darth Maul.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
No,
He's the
he's
voice
not.
of Darth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
is.
is. Ray Park is not actually the voice of Darth Maul in Phantom Menace.
Oh, he's not the voice.
No.
He just does the like.
He does like the look, and he's obviously all the makeup and whatever. But whenever you hear Darth Maul talk,
Oh, I didn't
it's
know
Peter
that.
Serafinowicz.
Yeah. Did he voice him in the Clone Wars as well?
No, that's
He briefly
Starkiller,
did,
isn't
but then
it?
I think Sam Witwer took over.
Yeah.
I want to say
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a brief period where
So
He
yeah,
did it.
keep in mind, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I
still
think
got my
mine's.
two
I think
characters.
this is one that I'm not gonna lie. I'm really, really confident of my one on this.
All right.
I think.
Wait, hold on. We'll
Okay.
save yours last.
All
Okay,
right.
okay, then.
So I've got two. I've got one who's like kind of a throwaway could be in there, which is White Mask Bear. Var.
I've seen a lot of people say that.
I haven't thought about White
I've seen a
Mask
lot of people
Guy.
say White Mask Var.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
He's one.
I completely glossed over that.
I think he'd be
guy.
perfect for it.
Yeah.
Just because he's got that like conniving kind of nature
Dude,
to him.
I'm not gonna lie. Fucking Ben Winshaw could be.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, maybe.
It depends how
Dude,
much of a role he plays.
I completely forgot about that character. You know what I would love to see? A dialogue between him and Rani. Considering that
Yeah.
they're both people that try and get your character as like in the game, they try and approach your character as quickly as possible. Varys just got like he spawn camped really.
Yeah, basically.
And then there could be like an interaction of like Varys talking about don't trust this person, and Rani's like go the fuck away.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
my other one is Margit/Margot.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah,
I've got
they got to
Morgoth.
be there for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Morgoth, yeah.
I think so. This is my logic here, right? Is like I said, I think the film will be cut into two. I think the final part of the first film will be when the Tarnished fights Morgoth in the Leyendell throne room, and Morgoth reveals to you that you're not going to get into the Erd Tree unless you burn down the tree itself, right? And it's the end of almost the first quest is get to the Erd Tree to complete your quest, and then when you get there, it becomes now we burn the Erd Tree. There's two very main quest lines in the game. That would be the end of the first one, and I think for Morgoth to be like the villain that then dies at the end of the first film, for me, in terms of like the story aspect, if you were to split the story across two films, I think it's the perfect point to end the first film. So I think Peter Serafinowicz is going to do Morgoth in more of like a VA role.
Yeah.
But then it
yeah.
also wouldn't surprise me if there was characters like Moog or Malekith, he also voiced them as well.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he is quite a good VA.
He's a very versatile actor. You kind of hit the nail on the head right there. He could actually end up voicing multiple people within this
Yeah,
thing.
I think he
I think-
could be multiple people.
I,
Personally,
something
but-
I've read right here said he could actually be voicing the merchants.
I just don't see the need for the merchants to be in
I
there.
don't see them either.
I just don't see the point for the merchants
Like,
to be
like,
there. Do you know
Again,
what I
it's a
mean?
game function, right?
Yeah.
Like if the game function's not there anymore, then you kind of need to get
It's
rid
there
of
for
it.
it's there for like a gameplay purpose, isn't it? It doesn't really serve anything to the plot.
Like I think Fear, D, they combined together with the whole kind of destined death thing.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But
Wow.
yeah, oh man, the Vary one, I really like that one.
Yeah, White Moss Var is the one I've seen a lot of people cast him as.
Yeah,
but
I want to lock in
I just,
Vary.
for me personally, I don't know. I just don't see him as anyone other than Morgoth. Is I think my problem.
I think both would be really good.
Both would be really good. Yeah.
They're both like I haven't seen anything online for either of those. They're just the people that came to mind first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I've seen quite a lot of different people casting it online, and they always cast that guy as Var or Morgoth. They're the two most common ones I've seen. Do you know what I mean? Other than like Kaylee Spaney as like Melina, but I feel like that's just a given at this point. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that is everyone. That is the list.
So far that is the current list.
So I'll
Though
give you.
I
I'll
think
quickly.
all of our theories are actually wrong because if you go to the let's just see right here. If you go to the actor of hang on. I had a bit here.
This is a good podcast material.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a
good bit here. You know, all of our theories was wrong because if you go to Ruby Cruz on IMDb and you go to Elden Ring, it says she's playing actress. So
She's playing actress.
really could
Damn.
threw all of our work into the
Bugger.
dust, right?
Well, we got that one wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's
get him
Let's
next
wrap
time.
it up, yeah.
But yeah. Also, I just want to say as well, my logic here for all of the ones I've done, there is a bit of method in like the way that the actors were announced.
Method in your madness.
So, like I said, right, I think it's almost broken up. So you've got the top 3 people on the list: Kit Connor, Ben Whishaw, and Kaylee Spaney. If you say that's Tarnish, Blythe, and Melina, that's almost like the core 3 characters that are going to be travelling together, you know, playing out the plot of the game, whatever. The next 3, you've got Tom Burke, Havana Rose Liu, and Sonoya Mizuno, who I've got is Radan, Rani, and then either Renala or Melania. So realistically, you've got 3 massive players who play into the plot line. Again, I just think it would make sense in terms of the order of it if those 3 all had big names. Then you kind of get into, you've just got Jonathan Pryce as the narrator, and then you've got 4 characters that I've got at least from the Roundtable Hold, because you've got Ruby Cruz as Fia, Offerman as Alexander, John Hodgkinson as Hugh, and Jefferson Hall as Gideon. So you've got 4 people in the Roundtable Hold that they'll interact with while they're there, and then at the bottom you've got Emma Laird or Laird as Marika, because I don't think she'll be in it for much more than the intro cutscene and maybe a bit towards the tail end of it. And then Peter Serafinowicz, because I swear on all of these casting calls, all the time, they always put the villain at the bottom. They always put villains at the bottom. I don't know why, but I feel like I've read multiple sheets of cast members, and the villain is always so close to the bottom, because it's like, oh, he's just like the other guy, the bad guy. So that's kind of like my method to it. But you've got like the 3 mains, the 3 like driving forces of the plot, the narrator, 4 people from the Roundtable Hold, and then 2 roles that are kind of like, one's going to be in it not much, and the other one's the villain.
So, what would we rate this whole cast?
I think it's a good cast.
You know,
Granted, there's some
out
of
of 7
them.
snakes, what would we rate the cast?
Out of
Out
7
of
snakes.
snakes again.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back on the snakes.
Out of 7 snakes, how many snakes would you rate the entirety of the Elden Ring cast? Because I gotta, yeah.
Do you know what? For real, I can't. I feel like I can't rate it because I don't know who they play. It's like if someone said to me, Kaylee Spaney is Melina, that's a 10 out of 10 casting, right? If someone said to me, Kaylee Spaney is Malekith, I'd go, that's terrible. So I think it's one of those things where it's like, I would.
Can we get Kaylee Spaney as Morgan?
Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's difficult to rate because of the fact that we don't know who they're playing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think once we know who they're playing and we can get an idea of what we can expect from that character in particular, then I think you could sit there and go, yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah,
But I think,
so-
I mean, to be fair, like, yeah, there's some good actors in here.
Yeah, in terms of like star power.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid.
I'm
I
going
like that there's not really anyone.
solid snakes.
You
Yeah,
gonna go solid snakes? Solid
solid,
snakes?
solid snakes. Yeah.
I would be a bit of a contrarian. I'm gonna go liquid snakes on this one.
Liquid snakes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm probably gonna. Well, I'm gonna have to go gaseous snakes then.
Gaseous snakes.
Yeah.
This guy. He's pulling me up against
I'm
the
gonna
wall.
go with. Let's go jelly snakes.
Plasma snakes.
Yeah.
So jelly snake.
We're just
Oh.
doing different states of
Pin
snakes.
snakes.
I
Water
get-
snakes.
Snake skin.
Yeah, snakeskin boots.
I think I'm
That's
gonna.
how I'd rate it. This cast is snakeskin boots out of snakes.
This is snakeskin boots out of snakes. Okay, I respect that. I need to go for a piss.
All right, come on, let's do it.
Let's speed it up.
So yeah,
Right, so we've got a passage from a book. The author, Dan J. Pease, and we came across this guy when we were doing the casting call. He was our 5-minute audition tape actor. So memorable that we got one of his books. He's got 5 books on Amazon, and we're gonna read a passage from it.
yeah. So
I really hope there's no kind of like copyright infringement with this.
so Ryan,
I can't imagine he's got a patent down for.
Ryan, something I'm going to need from you. I need you to select a number between 1 and 119.
Between 1 and 119.
Oh yeah.
Let's go with my number on Formula 1. Let's go 73.
73. That's his
73 is
number.
always my number. Let's do 73. The temptation to
So
say
what-
6-7 was impalpable. do you know
What we
what I
got
mean?
here? What we got here?
Unbelievable.
Oh, we've got some yelling in here. This is great.
We've got some yelling.
So
That's
how
always
are
good
we
fun.
going to do this? How are we going to go about this?
I don't know, just
Just read it, I suppose.
So yeah, okay, we'll interrupt it if it is funny. Just a bit of reading time. We
Go
don't
on.
even know what this is about, do we?
no. What's the book?
Do you want me to read the back and then you can take over and read the thing?
Yeah.
All right,
So-
I'll
so-
read the
so
back.
Read the front and the back. Front and the back. So,
Right, so the front it's
just show it to the camera.
so it's Terra Main on Street. No, it's Terra on Main. Terra on Main Street
I think you got it right the
by
first time.
Dan J. Pease. There's a really good police car edited in there.
The cover's so bad it can't be AI. Like it,
Alright.
it's the worst bit of clip art you've ever seen.
It's the fact that like everything else is like realistic, and then the police car is just a cartoon. You just get a real picture of a real police car. But right, okay. Terror on Main Street. A small, gritty village at the far end of the UK. In this village, a legion of ghosts is waiting to rise up. These ghosts existed in similar times to each other and had dark, tragic stories connected to each other. But how are they connected? What or who are they connected to? This small village, once with a great amount of light and positivity, is now a breeding ground for hauntings and ghosts rising to replace humanity. The characters of this story, forced to question what stories and legends are true and who they can trust, follow the living human character. Follow the living human characters as they are exposed to a torrent of hauntings and learn of the disturbing tales connected to the town's history. This story is chilling enough to make even it blush. Prepare to be baffled at the twists and turns of this tale, and a surprise entry from a particular character. From the author's first book.
Oh,
Yo, we've got cameos! We got cameos!
Holy shit!
Crazy!
This is, whenever I see, like, you know, our good friend Ben, whenever I see him, that's something I always ask myself. But how are they connected? Who and what are they connected to?
Do you know what I mean? That's one of the many questions in life, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, go on, page 73.
Page
Let's have a little.
Find
let's
this
have a whirl on
absolute
this.
gold. Okay. Kath took one look at the ghostly spirit and she screamed, joining his to create. What the fuck?
Wait, how many paragraphs is there? Do you want to do one each, or do you want to just read the whole page?
There is just there's 3 paragraphs, so we're good. Sorry, I'm completely fucking bewildered. Kath took one look at the ghostly spirit and she screamed, joining his state. No, not his state. I might illiterate. You gotta read this, man.
You want me to read it?
No, yeah. You start that first paragraph. I want you to try and make it as far as you can.
Kath took one look at the ghostly spirit and she screamed, joining his to create a noise loud enough to make the stained glass window shatter. Shards of the window rained down on top of her and the captain, both people being cut by the fallen debris. Kath began to shake violently. She felt her body fall apart and turn to ash and smoke, as if she had been doused in a flammable liquid. Her last breath frazzled as it left her mouth. Captain Maguire was aghast at this ability and rushed over to her remains. An ant just fell on the book.
So Kath's dead.
Kath's dead, apparently.
Kath just died.
Oh,
There was
damn.
nothing but
Kath had,
dried
like,
up.
glass full of her.
Spoilers, guys, for fucking Terror on Main Street.
Kath just had glass full of her and she disintegrated.
Captain Maguire was aghast at this ability and rushed over to her remains. There was nothing but dried up scraps of bones crushed into dust.
Fucking hell.
Do you want the second paragraph?
No, okay, you can read that second paragraph.
Yeah, I'll run it.
It starts with the whole execution. It's kind of nuts, bro.
You kind of knackered futs.
The whole execution of her death made the captain incredibly angry. Angrier than he'd ever been in London. That's just one sentence. Angrier
Yeah.
than he'd ever been in London.
Get her outside of London.
Yeah, angrier than he'd ever been in London specifically?
He turned back towards the murderous, spectral villain. Full stop. He made a murderous glare of his own, as if he were He made a murderous glare of his own, as if he were about to punch the creature to death. Of course, this would have been a pointless act to think of, let alone try. But the captain definitely knew this ghost had crossed an unforgivable line.
Listen, mate, you disintegrated someone. That's crossing the line there.
That's one step too far.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Sean. He said as he began to berate the ghost.
Imagine a ghost called Sean.
A ghost called Sean is like the least scary thing ever.
Yes.
You can't put murderous villain and the name Sean in the same sentence. Like,
I hope you're proud of yourself, Sean. He said as he began to berate the ghost. That was an uncalled for attack. She was only a young girl. Maguire had only known the fallen officer for as little as a few short weeks. Training her may have been a persistent bore, but she meant well and was capable at her job and had... Oh, there's a double head!
And had.
There's a had.
There's an had.
Job and had a lot of potential in the police force. Now, the potential figure was nothing but a pile of dust on the stone floor. She deserved that. She deserved to die. Diaz growled furiously. Why is there Sean and then Diaz?
Who the fuck is Diaz? Like, what?
Sean!
This guy just coming out of thin air, bro.
Everyone in Mayville and here on Main Street deserves to
Title.
die
He
for
said
their
it.
sins that go unpunished by you useless mortals, the way I was destroyed and left to be forgotten by such a society. Even worse if necessary. Alright, that's 73. We've still got a little bit more to go on if you guys wanna
We want to finish off.
Finish that bit there.
We'll
go
top it
for
off. We'll top it off. Maguire breathed deeply. He made a lethal promise. All right, this is your very last chance. Leave this world of the living whilst you are still free to do so. No one will ever try to deny your existence anymore or try to take you down and disturb you like this. What a deal. You have my word. Wait, what? Is that all one big text? This fucking guy, man.
Do we never go?
Yeah.
Where did you get to?
I think it was like the thing about and no one will kind of know about you or whatever.
Free to do so. No one will ever try to deny your existence anymore or try to take you down, disturb you like this. You have my word. There's no quotation marks here. Like, who's actually talking?
Yeah,
What?
that's what I'm thinking.
You have my word, and it is as solid as ice. If you do not, there'll be no choice but to destroy you and send you back to hell where you belong. If you want us to suffer, you do so at your own costly suffering as well. This threat was declared with the utmost sincerity and determination by the brave officer. Sean glared at his ghostly figure began to fade. So be it, until the next time. With that, he faded against the altar, leaving the shaking, distraught captain alone, devastated at what he had just witnessed.
Oh.
And chapter 8 is called Carrying On.
Literal chills.
Literal chills.
So it's freezing. I'm chilling. So his partner is killed, and he
Yeah.
basically just goes, "That's not on.
That's not on,
Yeah.
mate.
That's not on,
That's
mate."
not, listen, man.
Kath
Get-
gets turned into a literal pile of ash and dust and bone. And Maguire turns and goes, dude,
He's like, that was,
what are you doing, man?
He's like, that's
what are you
uncalled for.
doing, man?
Oh mate,
That's
Sean,
not- that's-
Sean, come on.
That's not
Pack
on.
it in, man.
Yeah,
It's
fucking
actually
Sean.
Fucking Diaz, Sean.
Sean the
Diaz,
ghost.
Sean,
Diaz.
is it Sean
Yeah,
Diaz?
where the fuck did Diaz come from?
I don't know. And then he goes, "My word is like as solid as ice."
I mean, ice can melt quite easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
An object that like quite often melts and
Yeah.
never
You
remains
you can
and
tell-
solid.
breaks,
You
yeah.
can tell Pease was thinking that, being like, that's a metaphor.
Peas was cooking right
Yeah,
there.
he sat there and was like, what? The pen was on fire, you know what I mean, as he wrote it down. But
Right. Well, I think we're gonna leave the episode there because my laptop's on 2%.
yeah, we'll call it there.
Yeah,
Real,
is everyone
real.
happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching.
There we go.
There you go,
Do you
yeah,
wanna-
that's the...
Follow Lee on Instagram.
I do things.
I think he makes films.
I don't really know.
Follow me on Instagram. Same. Follow Ryan on Instagram.
I don't post on any social media. If you want to follow me, follow me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
grand.
that's fair.
Check out Ryan's old YouTube channel.
Yeah, when I was like 18 and bald.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun.
We're gonna get bald Ryan for the Christmas special.
Yeah, bald
Yeah,
Ryan for the
exactly.
Christmas
The
special.
Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
the dual wield silver balls.
Full on, yeah. Just fuck my shit up. What?
I forgot about that. Yeah, you'd be like bald with a Hawaiian shirt in the middle of a field. You're like dual wheel pistols. You just like recite some phrase. I can't remember
There
what
you
it was.
Anywho,
Wait, I did this. When did I do
Yeah,
this?
headcanon. It was
Yeah.
headcanon.
Oh, right.
you don't remember Ryan? He did that last year.
Yeah, there you go.